It's Wednesday, April 29th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, a shelter in place for Nova Scotia's Colchester County as RCMP look for an armed man. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And the Lady Ball Halifax, the popular annual fundraiser in support of Ovarian Cancer Canada, takes place next week, and we'll find out how you can support the cause or attend the gala.
And May is Gaelic Nova Scotia Month. We'll chat with members of the Gaelic community about why it's important to honor the heritage. All that and so much more just ahead on the Wednesday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Hey, good morning, Atlantic Canada. It is cusping on 6:01. 6:31 if you're in Newfoundland and parts of Labrador. You have Latavia Beezer with you. You have Amanda Devison with you. And yes, I'm back. You're welcome.
You're gracing us with your presence.
I was saying when you were announcing the time there, 6:01, now you have to say AM versus PM because you were handling weather duties.
I was.
Yesterday on the evening shows.
Different hat today. Tossed the old weather hat over, and here we are back in the middle chair. So yeah, happy to be here.
Happy to have you.
Happy to have you. Of course, we saw you earlier this week too on our show when you were covering the Smile Cookie campaign.
Honestly,
brought us lots of cookies.
Great assignment.
Yes.
Put me in for those ones. Anytime I can eat, you know?
Well, thank you for gracing us with those cookies as well.
Yes.
Even the ones I made, they
were great.
They were great. She made
Shockingly, they didn't want to sell mine.
Well, she made some artistic choices with the design.
They weren't all smiling.
You know, you got to mix it up sometimes. Like the weather.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh. That is
What a
stunning. Can we take a moment?
Yeah.
Can we just take a moment?
That is
Kodiak's
beautiful.
very calm this morning as well.
I love
Still
this.
glass. Wow.
Sunrises are my favorite.
I know, honestly, it's so beautiful.
Okay, so do we have good, beautiful weather in store? Yeah, I know.
Taking a turn. 4 degrees right now in Moncton. We will be seeing a bit of sunshine for parts of the region, but as I just mentioned, we are going to see showers starting off the day for parts of the Maritimes. Not too bad starting off the day, a bit warmer early this morning. 5 degrees in Fredericton, 1 degree starting off your day in Charlottetown, 2 in Halifax, -5 in Sydney, and -1 into St. John's, Newfoundland. So here's a look at that low pressure system moving in. Showers, periods of rain for parts of the Maritime region will clear into the late afternoon, but we are going to see a mostly cloudy day ahead for the Maritime region. Still holding on to high pressure in Newfoundland and Labrador, though. Lots of sunshine for both those provinces. In terms of the wind, it will start to pick up as well. A bit breezy today for the Maritime region. As of right now, 28 kilometers per hour for sustained wind in Lunenburg, 24 in Halifax, 20 in Yarmouth, and looking at 19 in Canso. Wind gusts getting up to 41 kilometers per hour in Lunenburg, 35 in what is that? Shelburne. That's a look at your weather. We're going to throw it over to Amanda for your local news.
Thank you, Latavia. Happening now, people in Nova Scotia's Colchester County are being told by RCMP to shelter in place as police look for a suspect armed with a handgun. An alert was issued overnight for the Salmon River area. That's not far from Truro and Bible Hill. Police are asking residents to seek immediate shelter, close and lock all doors and windows, and not leave a secure location. Drivers are also being asked to avoid the area and not to pick up hitchhikers. Police are searching for a male suspect armed with a handgun who was last seen on foot in the Ice Pond Drive area. He's described as wearing a dark gray hoodie, green or camouflage pants, and a white shirt. A second man was also wanted and found and arrested overnight. RCMP are asking people not to reveal police locations as well and call 911 to report emergencies or tips. Now, at this time, there are no reports of any injuries. We'll continue to follow this developing story throughout the morning. New numbers from Dalhousie's food report reveals what many people already know. Inflation is putting serious pressure on household budgets.
Standing there looking at a price, and I'm going, no way, that cannot be $2 more than the last time I bought it.
Well, I have to tell you, I look for the bargains, and I look for things. Often I buy things that have a sticker on them that says that, you know, so much off if you eat today.
According to Dalhousie's latest food index, more than 80% of Canadians say it's the expense that's increased the most for them in the past year. So much so, they're no longer thinking about nutrition or even taste. The report found 45% of Canadians are letting affordability dictate their food choices. Despite shopping smarter, 34% of Canadians are still having to dip into savings and borrow money to afford groceries, a trend that hasn't changed from levels in 2024. More Nova Scotians are being invited to sign up for groundbreaking medical research, everything from managing chronic disease to cancer care. Residents can now agree to participate when they sign up or renew their health cards. It could be as simple as allowing personal health information to be shared with outside partners to develop new drugs or devices, or even participate in clinical trials. The Premier says it's an opportunity to literally shape medicine of the future.
It's about being part of a process and allowing Nova Scotians the opportunity to be part of a process that will most certainly help discover some new cures and save lives.
The immediate change is possible because the province has also launched a new web-based portal that allows residents to update their MSI information, submit requests and inquiries, and renew their health cards. You can find it by simply searching MSI online. A worker was injured at a construction site in Halifax yesterday. A worker was hurt in a fall at a building site on Roby Street near Almond in the city's north end. It happened in the morning. The incident is under investigation. There is no word on the condition of the worker. Also in Halifax, a brush fire broke out in the woods. The 2-hectare blaze broke out around 2:40 Tuesday afternoon in a wooded area between St. Margaret's Bay Road and Highways 102 and 103. More than 20 Halifax firefighters responded along with DNR and HRP. Crews eventually determined the fire was not endangering any structures and they left before 6 p.m. RCMP in Nova Scotia seized 160 cases of unstamped cigarettes and arrested an 18-year-old man in the Antigonish area. Police say they saw a U-Haul truck veering in and out of its lane and initiated a traffic stop. Officers inspected the vehicle and discovered this, 1.6 million cigarettes. The 18-year-old driver from Riverview, New Brunswick is expected to face charges under the Excise Act and the Nova Scotia Revenue Act. And police in St. John say they've seized street drugs worth nearly $100,000. Investigators say that included fentanyl and crystal meth. 4 people were arrested. A 37-year-old woman is facing trafficking charges for both drugs. The other 3 are facing charges related to trafficking fentanyl. Finally, it felt like the 70s or 80s last night. Canadian Music Hall of Fame band Triumph performed their hits to a packed house at the Scotiabank Centre in Halifax last night. The band reunited last year and are performing across the country as part of their Rock and Roll Machine Reloaded tour with special guests, Nova Scotia's own April Wine. The band also performs in Moncton tonight in the Avenir Centre. So you could say they're going to lay it on the line.
I'm guessing that's a song?
Yes, that's one of their songs, yes.
That one unfortunately went right over.
That's all right. That's okay. You know, so if you were at the concert last night, we hope you had a good time. That includes one of our own, Mike Lamb. He's one of our camera operators, editors, and does lots of things around here.
I'm guessing he's not watching our show this morning.
I don't think so. No. I think he stayed up late for that. It sounds like he had a great time, and we appreciate him sending us the footage as well.
Absolutely. So this one is a fun one. I'm very excited about this. Air Canada is now the first Canadian airline to offer lie-flat seats on smaller aircrafts.
Ooh, lie-flat?
Yes. So the airline says it now has 30 new single-aisle planes that will come with 14 lie-flat seats. So passengers will be able to recline 180 degrees to lie fully horizontal in that bed. So the seats will be offered in signature class, fancy. These new aircrafts will also be capable of flying longer routes. The airline says the planes will soon be in use across the Atlantic from Montreal and Toronto.
Awesome.
That's exciting.
Have you ever been in a lie flat plane bed? No. I have.
Really?
How is it amazing?
On a flight to Hong Kong from Hong Kong. Yeah, life-changing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really cool. No, I'm always the, you know, when you're booking a flight, it says, which seat do you want? And there's always an extra cost.
Yeah.
You've already paid for the ticket. My life hack is I just hit next. So I'm always in the back.
I mean, I do that now, but at the time, it was that one was a free upgrade thanks to one Brian Foley. So
Nice.
God bless.
Papa Foley. All right, still ahead, we're going to have your first look at your national and international news headlines on this Wednesday morning. And grab the layers. Latavia has the latest look at the forecast on this Wednesday. Going to be a little bit chillier than the warmer temperatures we've been experiencing. Look at that sun rising in Port de Grave, Newfoundland. The forecast right after this.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada, and happy Wednesday. The time now is 6:13. We're taking a live look at Truro. 2 degrees starting off your day. A cloudier start to the day. We've seen isolated showers already clear out. Clouds will continue to clear. You'll be seeing sunshine into the afternoon. So it's not too bad starting off the day in terms of our current temperatures. As of right now, it is 5 degrees in Fredericton, 2 degrees in Halifax, -4 rather in Sydney, 0 in Charlottetown with 3 degrees over in Labrador City, and -1 into St. John's, Newfoundland. We are still holding on to some sunshine for parts of Atlantic Canada. Newfoundland, Labrador seeing sunshine throughout your day. For the northern region of New Brunswick, lots of sunshine. For Prince Edward Island, Cape Breton Island, starting off the day with sunny skies as well. And we do have a chance of showers and or periods of rain moving in for the central and southern region of New Brunswick, for mainland and southern Nova Scotia. Into the afternoon, we'll start to see that precipitation clear out. A cloudier day is expected into the afternoon, though, for much of the Maritime region. And then into tonight, temperatures will cool back down, and we do have more precipitation on its way for Thursday's forecast into the afternoon. So if you're wondering about rainfall totals, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters for central and southern New Brunswick, and then seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters as well for Yarmouth. Not seeing any accumulation really for Newfoundland and Labrador. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 8 to 16 degrees, being the warmest into Edmundston. We are going to see sunshine for the northern region of the province. For central and southern New Brunswick, looking at some showers starting off your day, transitioning over to mainly cloudy to cloudy skies. For Prince Edward Island, lots of sunshine today, starting off your day at least. Into the afternoon, mainly cloudy. Daytime highs will range from 6 to 11, and we are going to see wind pick up into the afternoon with gusts of 40. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, also seeing some sunshine, but for eastern Nova Scotia, we do have a bit of shower activity expected early in the morning. That will clear out as well. Daytime highs will range from 4 to 12 degrees, and pretty light wind out of the southeast at around 20 kilometers per hour. For the rest of Nova Scotia, a chance of showers starts off your day. Periods of rain for the Tri-County area. That will clear out. Cloudy skies expected into the afternoon. Daytime highs will range from 6 to 10 and wind gusts of 40 into the afternoon. For Labrador City, not a bad day. A mix of sun and cloud. We are going to see evening showers and or drizzle move in. 11 degrees is your daytime high with 3 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland. Lots of sunshine throughout your day. Thursday's forecast, a cloudier start to the day. Daytime highs will drop below seasonal yet again. We are going to see this system move in, bringing periods of rain and or showers back around for all 3 maritime provinces into Thursday night, early Friday. We are going to start off another wet day ahead for the first day of May, but showers will begin to clear out into Friday late afternoon and starting to move over to Newfoundland and Labrador. That wet weather will continue for them. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Time is 6:16. King Charles delivered a historic address to American lawmakers Tuesday, calling for unity despite differences and disagreements.
As Oscar Wilde said, we have really everything in common with America nowadays, except, of course, language.
The monarch's speech, peppered with humor, also warned of threats to democracies and the importance of strengthening a European and American alliance as tensions grow within the partnership.
Today, Mr. Speaker, that same unyielding resolve is needed for the defense of Ukraine and her most courageous people.
The king also met with the U.S. president as well as other leaders ahead of the white tie state dinner.
He made a great speech. I was very jealous.
The U.S. president was also all praised for the king's speech to the U.S. Congress. The royals are in the U.S. for a 4-day visit, the first in nearly 2 decades. Back in Canada, Prime Minister Mark Carney and his government have unveiled their spring economic statement. While signaling a decreased deficit ahead of the update, the numbers tell a different story. There are also not many new measures to help with affordability. CTV's Mike Couture has more.
It's more than just an economic update, proposing $37.5 billion in new measures over 5 years. A part of that includes a new skills training program. The government hopes to recruit, train, and hire between 80 and 100,000 skilled tradespeople by 2031. The cost of the program is $5.9 billion.
This means real pathways into skilled trades with paid training and on experience. It means more opportunities for employers to hire and train young workers.
While the deficit was $11 billion lower this year compared to last fall's projection, the long-term outlook is largely unchanged, with no path to balance for the next 5 years. And the deficit will remain over $50 billion into the 2030-31 fiscal year.
Today's Liberal fiscal updates brings more costs, more debt, and more bills on the national credit card. This Prime Minister is just another Liberal.
Royalties from high oil prices are contributing to government revenues, but Canada is facing fiscal headwinds from the ongoing trade war with its largest trading partner.
Together, we can chart a path forward to the fog of uncertainty, because Canada has what the world wants and increasingly needs. We have the right plan. We're building big. We're moving fast.
In addition to yesterday's announcement of the Canada Sovereign Fund, there is other new spending. $755 million over 5 years to support Canada's sports system, including Olympic athletes, and $4.3 billion for Indigenous communities. There is one pocketbook measure Canadians could feel. The government is reducing the contribution rate for the Canada Pension Plan. Someone earning $70,000 per year will get to keep $133 more of their take-home pay annually. But there are few other new measures to help Canadians on a daily basis.
I think what it demonstrates is the high fiscal cost to the government of trying to introduce new pocketbook saving measures for Canadians. It is very expensive.
Pressed on that, the finance minister pointed to measures like bolstering the grocery and essentials benefit, as well as suspending the excise tax on gasoline until Labor Day, as ways the government is helping Canadians deal with the affordability crisis. Mike Couture, CTV News, Ottawa.
Thank you, Mike. Quick break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we will have your top business headlines plus your must-see moment from TSN. That's on the other side of this break. Please stay with us.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100.
Anniversary.
Yeah. Can't believe 2011.
She looks stunning.
Oh, beautiful dress.
Beautiful dress. All right, well, let's head over to our friends at TSN to check out today's must-see moment.
Hey there, Lindsay Hamilton inside the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Tuesday. For it, we're taking a trip to Buffalo. We've got some overtime between the Bruins and Sabres. David Pastrnak gets sent in on the breakaway, makes a beautiful move. beats Alex Lyon. Their season on the line. Pasta coming up clutch, claiming your must-see moment. Meanwhile, the NBA playoffs continue tonight on TSN, and we have got a pair of games for you. First up, the Magic can eliminate the Pistons in Game 5, and the Lakers can eliminate the Rockets. Coverage begins 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific. That's all for now from the SportsCenter newsroom. Have a whimsical Wednesday.
This TSN must-see moment brought to you by J.R. Rahe's Furniture and Appliances.
We will have a whimsical Wednesday,
love that. I'm
Lindsay.
gonna use that.
Thank you. I love it so much, right?
Yeah. All right, now we're going to take a look at your business headlines from our colleagues over at BNN.
If you were looking for some clarity today on the Sovereign Wealth Fund, you didn't get much in the update. The Canada Strong Fund is meant to support major infrastructure projects in the country. Ottawa is pledging $25 billion to the fund, and the federal government says Canadians will be able to put their own money in, but how isn't yet clear. The finance minister says it will be like buying a bond where the initial capital is protected. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is down to 73.06. West Texas Intermediate is up over $3 to 99.93. Western Canadian Select is up $1.65 to 75.31, and the TSX lost 233 points today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
Taking a look at our midweek forecast for New Brunswick, starting off with a bit of wet weather for the central and southern region of the province. That will clear out. A bit of a cloudy afternoon, a high of 14 degrees. On Thursday, starting off the day with some sunshine, then seeing a low chance of showers into the afternoon with a high of 13. Cooling down on Friday, 9 degrees with periods of rain across the province. For Nova Scotia today, a bit of sunshine for Cape Breton Island. Other than that, though, a chance of showers early in the morning, clearing out, leaving cloudy skies for the rest of the province, a high of 7. 6 degrees on Thursday, a cloudy start to your day. Isolated showers expected into the afternoon. On Friday, 8 degrees with rain across the province. For Prince Edward Island, lots of sunshine today with a high of 10. 12 degrees on Thursday, mainly cloudy with evening showers. Rain across the island on Friday with a high of 9.
Just ahead in this half hour, the Move Morning Chat. Today we want to know what's the most extreme thing you've ever done. We'll share our answers in about 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. We have Brianne in for Crystal this morning. A little bit later, we're going to talk about the most extreme thing you've ever done. We saw the cage experience with the sharks. You did a report on that.
I was in that. I went in that.
How was that? So you've already done the extreme thing.
There was no sharks.
I remember you were saying that, yeah.
The one day that I went, there's normally sharks. And like literally like the next day you had like a full-on like Jaws moment where like a great white like jumped out to get the bait and like fully like did the thing. But the day I went, I saw jellyfishes.
That's cool. That's extreme.
But
I wouldn't want to get close with a jellyfish. Ooh, stinky.
I wanted to see blue sharks are my favorite because they're so cute.
Yeah.
And they look like puppies. And they're just so curious. So they just like come up to you and like they're in our Atlantic waters. So I really wanted to see a blue shark, but I didn't see one.
Well, there's always this summer.
I'll go again. I'll do another report.
Might as well.
Put me in, coach.
This is true. Coming up in the Move Morning Chat, you're going to find out who does not want to do it. Who says absolutely not.
It's a great experience, personally.
Thrilling.
Thrilling, if you would.
Yeah, thrilling.
I wouldn't go in the Atlantic waters today, though.
Ooh, icy.
Look at the whitecaps there over at Peggy's Cove.
I know, we're getting some action over there. 2 degrees starting off your day in Peggy's Cove. As you can see, pretty cloudy start to your day. We do have a low chance of isolated showers in your area before clearing out, but it's going to remain quite cloudy over there at least. We are seeing not too bad starting off your day in terms of our current temperatures. Temperatures will still rise, but remaining below seasonal for much of our region. 4 degrees right now in Fredericton, 0 in Charlottetown, -4 in Sydney, with -1 into St. John's, Newfoundland. So we do have sunshine in the forecast for parts of the Maritime region across Newfoundland and Labrador, but we do have precipitation moving in as well. Chance of showers, periods of rain for parts of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. That will clear out into the late afternoon. In terms of the wind, though, that will continue to pick up. We will be seeing a bit of a breezy day ahead for parts of the Maritime region. As of right now, 30 kilometers per hour in Lunenburg, 20 into North Cape and Halifax, 19 in Shelburne, and wind gusts getting up to 39 in Lunenburg, 31 in Shelburne. We'll take another look at your long-range forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Happening now, people in Nova Scotia's Colchester County are being told by RCMP to shelter in place as police look for a suspect armed with a handgun. An alert was issued overnight for the Salmon River area. That's not far from Truro and Bible Hill. Police are asking residents to seek immediate shelter, close and lock all doors and windows, and not leave a secure location. Drivers are also being asked to avoid the area and not pick up hitchhikers. Police right now are searching for a male suspect armed with a handgun who was last seen on foot in the Ice Pond Drive area. He's described from police as wearing a dark gray hoodie, green or camouflage pants, and a white shirt. A second man was found and arrested overnight. RCMP are asking people not to reveal police locations and call 911 to report emergencies or tips. At this time, there are no reports of any injuries. A crosswalk guard in Moncton has a tale to tell after a harrowing incident. Yvonne Gaudette mans the crosswalk near a school in Northwest Moncton. He says drivers are generally respectful, but he's had too many near misses in the past few weeks.
I love these kids, and I take the job very seriously, and I'm trying to do everything I can to help them get to school safe and get back home safe.
Gaudette is urging all drivers to slow down around crosswalks. Halifax Council just approved its municipal budget weeks ago, but the mayor is already looking to put some limits on next year's books. Andy Fillmore is asking staff to maintain flat or steady spending levels or to not seek out service improvements. The only exceptions would be increases from inflation or mandatory hikes like collective agreements. It's an identical motion to what he brought forward to the last budget debate, which just saw a 9.5% increase to the municipal portion of the average residential tax bill.
Given this year's budget debate, was it successful?
It certainly helped. As we've discussed before, I was not happy with where we wound up on the increase to the average tax bill. But had we not passed the motion last year, I think it would have been much worse.
It is worth noting capital projects will still need to be funded through debt financing. The province of New Brunswick is unveiling a plan to boost the economy by 10% in the years ahead. CTV's Nick Moore has details and reaction.
Premier Susan Holt says her government has a plan for the next 4 years.
An ambitious goal of 10% GDP growth by 2030.
Holt says a 2.5% boost in each of the next 4 years will focus on increasing productivity, private sector deals, and diversification of exports. Holt says $1 billion in federal defense spending at Gagetown and a $1 billion tourism strategy will play a role as well.
I do believe that's quite a stretch.
Progressive Conservative finance critic Don Monahan says the timeline from Holt is overly optimistic.
It takes time to get mining strategies in place and to get investors set up and to get the approvals and the environment sign off and check off. So I'm not really certain that 4 years is gonna be enough time to see that movement move forward.
Holt's strategy has support from the New Brunswick Business Council, representing CEOs across the province.
This strategy includes clear measures and milestones. What a beautiful thing. But what it signals is that government is serious about results, not just intentions.
Of the benchmark set, one of the most ambitious is to raise private sector capital investment by almost 17% between now and 2030. Nick Moore, CTV News, St. John.
Thank you, Nick. Finally, a Canadian moment broke out in the stands in Buffalo ahead of the Sabres playoff game against Boston last night. Listen to this.
Oh, Canada, our home and native. Love.
Well, goosebumps. Cammie Clooney's mic failed on her, but Sabres fans had her back and helped single Canada as the mic kept cutting out before the puck dropped for Game 5.
Isn't it awesome? And they sang every single word. They sang the whole entire song.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I love that. What an amazing moment. Oh my gosh, the panic that you would have. I know.
Well, she was just like, you saw her face, and then you hear like the crowd just be like, all right, we got you.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Good old Buffalo.
That is very sweet moment there.
Yeah. Very sweet moment. And you could have a sweet moment because we have a sweet contest to tell you about right now. So wake up and win with CTV Your Morning. We could pay your bills with a massive $20,000. Imagine what you could do with the extra 20 grand. Enter daily code word. And today's code word is equity. And head to the contest page at ctvatlantic.ca or scan the QR code on your screen. So enter that code with your information for your chance to win the Your Morning $20,000 Pay Your Bills contest. So yes, one more time, that code today is equity. Good luck.
Woohoo. Good luck to you.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, still ahead, we're going to head to Hollywood for your top entertainment headlines. But before that, we have the Move Morning Chat, and it is extreme this morning. We want to know, what is the most extreme thing you've ever done? Has it been swimming with sharks?
Yep.
Join us for that combo next.
Welcome back. The time now is 6:42. We're taking a live look at St. John, New Brunswick. A bit of a cloudy and wet start to the day. We are expecting periods of rain early in the morning. Expected to clear out if you do see precipitation into the afternoon. As of right now, it is 2 degrees in Halifax, -3 in Sydney, 0 starting off your day in Charlottetown, 4 degrees in Fredericton, 3 in Labrador City, and -1 into St. John's, Newfoundland. We are seeing sunshine early this morning for Newfoundland and Labrador. Parts of the Maritime region also waking up with sunshine, but we do have this low pressure system moving in for the central and southern region of New Brunswick. Parts of Nova Scotia seeing a chance of showers, periods of rain early in the morning. That will start to clear out mid-afternoon, and then we're going to see a bit of a cloudier day ahead for much of the Maritime region, still holding on to sunshine for Newfoundland and Labrador. For tonight, we do have a chance of some lingering showers for parts of Nova Scotia. Other than that, though, we will be seeing some sunshine return early in the morning on Thursday before precipitation moves back into the afternoon. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters for the central and southern region of New Brunswick, as well as into Yarmouth. Not really seeing accumulation for Newfoundland and Labrador today. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 8 to 16 degrees, being the warmest into Edmonton. For the northern region of the province, lots of sunshine throughout your day. For the central and southern region, starting off the day with a chance of showers and then clearing out, leaving mainly cloudy skies. Prince Edward Island holding on to sunshine for much of the morning. Into the afternoon, we see increasing cloudiness, leaving mainly cloudy skies. Daytime highs between 6 to 11, and wind gusts will be picking up to 40 kilometers per hour. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, also starting off the day with sunshine. For eastern Nova Scotia, we do have a chance of showers early on. That will clear out, and daytime highs will range from 4 to 12 degrees. Pretty light wind for this part of the province. For the rest of Nova Scotia, a bit of shower activity early in the morning, clearing out, leaving cloudy skies into the mid to late afternoon. Daytime highs between 6 to 10, and we do have wind gusts getting up to 40. For Labrador City, lots of sunshine throughout your day today with a high of 11. Into the evening, we do have a chance of showers and or drizzle moving in. 3 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland. Lots of sunshine throughout your day. Thursday's forecast, we will be seeing some sunny breaks for the Maritime region early on, and then seeing a low pressure system move in, bringing showers, periods of rain into late afternoon and evening, and that will carry into Friday's forecast, a wet start to the day, and this system will make its way over to Newfoundland and Labrador, bringing wet weather their way, but clearing out into the mid to late afternoon for the Maritimes. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to the Move Morning Chat.
All right, calling all adrenaline junkies. It is the Move Morning Chat with Aaron and Peter. We're talking about the most extreme thing you've done in your life. Really looking forward to your answers. Aaron, let's start with you.
Listen, I am not an extreme person at all. And we can thank the shark cage diving that's happening outside of Halifax for this conversation. They come back every summer. So we chatted about this on the radio, and we're like, this is way too extreme for us. The most extreme thing I've ever done is literally go on a ride that I'll never forget because it was the slingshot ride. I don't know if you know what that ride is, but 2 people sit in a chair and it flies you up 300 feet into the air. You're going like 100 kilometers. It is the fastest, craziest thing I've ever done. I've never recovered from it, and I don't go on any more rides anymore.
Kyle and I did that one. You pay a lot of money to do it, and it's a trip you'll never forget.
Where'd you do that?
Wow. I did it at Canada's Wonderland.
Wow.
Right.
It's scary.
Yeah, and listen, I'm not going shark cage diving ever anytime soon, but and those who want to do it, good for you. But I mean, I've seen too many movies, right? I mean, that never ends well in the movie, so I'm not doing that. It turns out I'm a bit of a wimp. I've had a chance to go up with the snowbirds, and I said no because I was too scared. No. I mean, like snorkeling is about as extreme as it gets for me. Now, it was on a wreck, and it was like 25 feet under the water, and once you get down that deep, it's, you know, a lot of pressure. It's you can bad things can happen, and then you look up and you say, okay, I still have to get up there, and I'm out of breath. I've been having too much fun. Anyway, snorkeling. I swear to God, that is the most extreme thing I've ever done.
We never know what you're going to see when you're snorkeling.
Exactly.
The most extreme thing I've ever done was actually a couple years ago. It was October 2024, and Crystal and I did this together. It was over the edge rappelled 11 stories in downtown Halifax off the Weston, Nova Scotian. And it was really cool, but boy, was your adrenaline through the roof, because probably the scariest part is when you go over the edge and you're all harnessed up, and the instructor says, okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take your ankles, the back of your feet, and put it over the edge of the building. And everything in your body is screaming at you not to do this. And then he says, okay, sit back. And when you sit back, that's in the air. I mean, on your harness as well. And then you rappel 11 stories down. But it was so cool. I did love every second of it. It made me feel so brave. And you got to see all these really cool views. But I have to tell you, I was mic'd up. I didn't realize I was doing this. I was talking to myself the whole time about things I was seeing. I was seeing people in their office windows waving. Yeah, it was a really cool experience. Extreme.
Wild, extreme, yeah, definitely. For me, I would say it would be camping out downtown Toronto outside of Much Music for the MMVAs. I believe it was 2008. I was around 18 years old to see the Jonas Brothers. And I remember I left my stuff in my tent, went partying, came back, everything was there. Surprisingly, this was different times apparently in Toronto, but yeah, it was a great experience. I can't believe I did that.
Worth it to see the Jonas Brothers?
Oh yeah, I got Nick Jonas's guitar pick. He handed it to me. Yeah, it was awesome. Still have it to this day.
What? That's so cool. You're like, just don't smell me.
No. I'm sure I smelled fresh, okay?
You probably would. Yeah, you do smell good. So we're putting the question to you, the viewers. Have you done this before? What is the most extreme thing you've done in your life? Maybe it was swimming with sharks, doing a cage dive. Send us a text at 10400, and we'll share your answers a little later.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Welcome back. The time now is 6:52. Going to head over to Hollywood and take a look at those entertainment headlines.
Ted Lasso is heading back to England, but this time it's to coach a new team. Apple TV releasing the first trailer for Ted Lasso Season 4, which depicts Ted returning to South London to coach a women's soccer team. Jason Sudeikis is set to star again alongside some other returning cast members. Ted Lasso Season 4 drops on August 5th. Billie Eilish and James Cameron's new concert movie premiered in London on Tuesday. Billie Eilish, Hit Me Hard and Soft. The two are live in 3D, which the pair co-directed, is an immersive 3D movie from the pop superstar's performance in Manchester last summer as part of her sold-out world tour. Original American Idol judges Paula Abdul and Randy Jackson are returning to Idol on Monday, May 4th. The pair will serve as mentors for the week. Abdul will also serve as a guest judge with Carrie Underwood, Lionel Richie, and Luke Bryan. American Idol airs on ABC. Happy birthday to Michelle Pfeiffer. The actress is 68 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Alex Stone, ABC News.
Happy birthday, Michelle Pfeiffer.
68. Wow.
Interesting. Didn't know. All right, so we know the Iran conflict is affecting prices at the pumps, but now companies that manufacture other goods are sounding the alarm as well.
So experts say there will soon be a shortage of personal protective equipment like medical gloves. CTV's John Benavali-Rao explains.
In a warehouse in Vaughan, Ontario.
All these have been really affected from the raw material shortage.
Daniel Pecchioli showed us the many boxes of disposable gloves his company gets manufactured in places like China.
Ronco, hand, head, and body protection solutions.
A family-run business, Ronco makes all sorts of personal protective gear, from lab coats and hair coverings to eyewear. And they're feeling the pinch from the conflict in Iran and global energy shock, because a lot of the raw materials that go into their items are a byproduct of oil and natural gas, which are in short supply in Asia.
It's impacting the cost of manufacture because the products that we use, which is a byproduct of oil, that cost has risen.
In particular, he says the cost to make disposable nitrile gloves used in hospitals for food prep or handling chemicals has gone up dramatically.
These type of gloves, they're going to be at an 80% increased price for the retail market in the next 2-3 months.
He says for some items, manufacturing costs are up 20 to 80% or more.
Latest I heard is some people have said up to 100%.
While Ronco has had to raise some prices, they say they haven't yet passed on the full cost to their customers. In Asia, which accounts for more than half of the world's manufacturing, the shortage in petrochemicals has made it harder to make plastics and synthetic materials like polyester, which go into thousands of consumer products.
The longer the conflict continues, the greater chance that we're going to start to see shortages and or inflation on some of these items.
Pecchioli expects these disposable gloves will soon be in short supply for retail.
It's going to happen May, June, and that's when there's going to be a shortage in the Canadian market for these.
Meanwhile, experts say even after the Strait of Hormuz reopens, it'll take months for the cost of some manufactured goods to stop their upward climb. John Benavali-Rao, CTV News, Vaughan, Ontario.
Thank you, John. Happening now in local news, people in Nova Scotia's Colchester County are being told by RCMP to shelter in place as police looked for a suspect armed with a handgun. An alert was issued overnight for the Salmon River area. That's not too far from Truro and Bible Hill. One arrest has already been made overnight, and so far there's no report of any injuries. Plus, MSI Online, Nova Scotians can now sign up for clinical trials or other research when they register or renew their health card or via a web-based portal. Plus, betting on the Jays, New Brunswick is counting on the Toronto Ball Club to bring tourists our way. Those stories coming up after the break in your top news headlines at 7 o'clock. Please stay with us. It's Wednesday, April 29th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, a shelter in place for Nova Scotia's Colchester County as RCMP looked for an armed man. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And the Lady Ball Halifax, the gala evening is not only a lot of fun, it also supports the great work of the Ovarian Cancer Society of Canada. We'll get all the details on how you can attend and support this great cause later in this half hour. Those stories and so much more coming up on the Wednesday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. Happy hump day. The time now is 7 o'clock. Midweek already.
Time flies.
Almost the end of April.
That
so
is wild.
So many things you're throwing at us right now.
Too much.
Too much. Too
Warm
much.
temperatures have ended.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to start to see things cool down, but what can you do?
Yeah, well,
Spring, I guess.
it has been a really cool spring so far. It really has.
It has, yeah.
Hopefully by the time we get to May, we'll start to see those April showers that bring us Mayflowers.
The month of Mandy.
Yes, the month of Mandy. My husband's a lucky man.
That he is.
He sure is.
Got a lot of events to look forward to in May.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, here's a look at Charlottetown. 0 starting off your day. Cloudy early this morning. We are going to see a bit of sunshine for parts of the region, but for the most part, we do have a low pressure system moving in, bringing us some wet weather back to the maritime region. It's -3 starting off your day in Sydney, 2 degrees in Halifax, 4 in Fredericton, 5 degrees already in Labrador City, and -1 into St. John's, Newfoundland. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. Sunshine remains in Newfoundland and Labrador. Parts of the maritime region still seeing sunny skies early this morning, but we do have some wet weather, as I'd mentioned. Central and southern New Brunswick, parts of Nova Scotia looking at a chance of showers, periods of rain, but that will clear out into the late afternoon. In terms of the wind, it is going to be a bit of a breezy day ahead. As of right now, 30 kilometers per hour in Lunenburg. We're looking at 20 in North Cape, as well as into Halifax, 17 in Canso, 15 in Yarmouth. Wind gusts getting up to 39 right now in Lunenburg and 31 in Shelburne. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. And we continue to follow our top story. People in Nova Scotia's Colchester County are being told by RCMP to shelter in place as police looked for an armed suspect with a handgun. An alert was issued overnight for the Salmon River area, not far from Truro and Bible Hill. Police are asking residents to seek immediate shelter, close and lock all doors and windows, and not leave a secure location. Drivers are also being asked to avoid the area and not pick up hitchhikers. Police are searching for a male suspect armed with a handgun who was last seen on foot in the Ice Pond Drive area. He's described as wearing a dark gray hoodie, green or camouflage pants, and a white shirt. A second man was found and arrested overnight. RCMP are asking people not to reveal police locations and to call 911 to report emergencies or tips. Now, at this time, there are no reports of any injuries. We'll continue to follow this developing story throughout the morning. More Nova Scotians are being invited to sign up for groundbreaking medical research, everything from managing chronic disease to cancer care. Residents can now agree to participate when they sign up or renew their health cards. It could be as simple as allowing personal health information to be shared with outside partners to develop new drugs or devices, or even participate in clinical trials. The Premier says it's an opportunity to literally shape medicine of the future.
It's about being part of a process and allowing Nova Scotians the opportunity to be part of a process that will most certainly help discover some new cures and save lives.
The immediate change is possible because the province has also launched a new web-based portal that allows residents to update their MSI information, submit requests and inquiries, and renew their health cards. You can find it by searching MSI online. A worker was injured at a construction site in Halifax yesterday. The person was hurt in a fall at a building site on Roby Street near Allman in the city's north end yesterday morning. The incident is under investigation. There is no word this morning on the condition of the worker. Police in St. John say they've seized street drugs worth nearly $100,000. Investigators say that included fentanyl and crystal meth. 4 people were arrested. A 37-year-old woman is facing trafficking charges for both drugs. The other 3 are facing charges related to trafficking fentanyl. RCMP in Nova Scotia seized 160 cases of unstamped cigarettes and arrested an 18-year-old man in the Antigonish area. Police say they saw a U-Haul truck veering in and out of its lane and initiated a traffic stop. Officers inspected the vehicle and discovered the 1.6 million cigarettes you see here. The 18-year-old driver from Riverview, New Brunswick, is expected to face charges under the Excise Act and the Nova Scotia Revenue Act. Smart money might not be on the Blue Jays so far this season, but New Brunswick is betting on the Jays that they can bolster tourism, spending well over $1 million to encourage fans to visit. And as CTV's Avery McRae tells us, it comes as local tourist sites bemoan the loss of provincial operating grants.
New Brunswick is swinging for the fences with its latest partnership.
The goal of our department is to promote New Brunswick and to showcase New Brunswick as a unique destination, a national tourism destination. And sport events are great places to catch people's attention.
That's why over the next 3 years, the province is spending $1.6 million to partner with Canada's lone Major League Baseball team, the Toronto Blue Jays, to promote itself as a premier place to visit.
We know that during a sport game, people are excited, people are enthusiastic. So it's a good moment to catch their attention and make them dream about New Brunswick.
From an advertising standpoint, a UNB assistant marketing professor calls the deal a home run.
Blue Jays are one of the few brands that can give you real coast-to-coast Canadian reach. And then they also have something most advertising cannot buy, which in this case is really just fans' emotional engagement.
In 2024, Prince Edward Island signed a deal with the National Hockey League to brand the province as an official travel destination of the NHL. The deal was worth $2.5 million and was met with some backlash on if the money should have been spent elsewhere. New Brunswick's most recent budget saw cuts to its tourism sector, forcing the closure of some popular places. In a statement to CTV, Tourism Industry Association of New Brunswick CEO Jeanette Dorian calls the partnership a promising opportunity, but says its success will ultimately be measured by tangible return on the government's investment. Avery McRae, CTV News, St. John.
Thank you, Avery. So we'll see how that turns out. I'm fortunate enough, I'll be going to a Jays game towards the end of June.
Nice.
With my dad. So I'll have to keep an eye out to see what kind of tourism I'm seeing for New Brunswick around there, what they're advertising, how they're doing it.
See if it's a Grand Slam or not.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But this could be a Grand Slam for you because we have a fantastic contest to tell you about now. Wake up and win with CTV Your Morning. We could pay your bills with a massive $20,000. So just imagine what you could do with an extra, 20 grand laying around. To enter, head to the contest page at ctvatlantic.ca or scan the QR code on your screen and enter the code word along with your information for your chance to win the Your Morning $20,000 Pay Your Bills contest. So today's word is equity. Good luck.
All right.
Another chance to win.
Another chance to win. And another chance, too, to check in on our Eagle Cam. Let's see what's going on there this morning.
Where's the baby?
Oh, we saw the baby. Oh,
the baby's hiding. He's cold.
It's cold.
That's fair.
Oh, my goodness. The baby is Helene and was born Friday night, or hatched Friday night, I guess you could say. But the control room was just saying, we just saw the baby just moments ago, but either Bruce or Sergi is now keeping up the baby warm. But we can report that the baby did have breakfast.
Yes, and now the baby is taking a nap, nice and warm. I don't blame the baby whatsoever.
Love to be fed.
Right?
And then be warm and have a nap.
Love to be having a nap right now.
I'll take all of the above now.
Sign me up.
Baby's got a great introduction to life.
Right?
Okay, still ahead. Latavia will have the latest forecast. I'll have your national and international news headlines, plus information about Lady Ball Halifax. Do you know it's sold out for the past 2 years?
Wow.
Yeah, that's going to be coming up next week. But before all that, more details on the cooler daytime highs we have in store today. Latavia has those details right after this.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 6:12. Well, actually, it's 7:12. Clearly, I'm lost. We're taking a live look at St. John's, Newfoundland. Clear skies, lots of sunshine starting off your day. Currently 1 degree. We will be seeing temperatures warm up a little bit later on, and that sunshine will be sticking around for you into the afternoon. 4 degrees starting off your day in Fredericton with 1 degree in Charlottetown, -1 in Sydney, 2 degrees starting off your day in Halifax, 5 already in Labrador City, 3 degrees over in Gander. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. We are seeing sunshine across Labrador and Newfoundland today. A bit of sunshine early this morning for parts of all 3 maritime provinces, but we do have some wet weather moving in as well. A chance of showers and or periods of rain early in the morning for the central and southern region of New Brunswick, mainland Nova Scotia, and parts of southern Nova Scotia as well. And then into this afternoon, late this afternoon, we'll start to see that precipitation clear out. A bit of a cloudy afternoon expected for parts of all 3 maritime provinces. And that takes us into tonight. Temperatures cool down yet again. We will be seeing precipitation return into Thursday afternoon. If you're wondering about rainfall totals, remaining quite light, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters for the central and southern region of New Brunswick. Into Yarmouth as well. For Newfoundland and Labrador, not seeing any accumulation. And for our forecast today for New Brunswick, sunshine for the northern region of the province starting off the day. Into the afternoon, we will be seeing increasing cloudiness. For the central and southern region of the province, showers early in the morning clearing out, leaving mainly cloudy skies. Daytime highs will range from 8 to 16 degrees, being the warmest into Edmundston. For Prince Edward Island, highs between 6 to 11. We are going to see sunshine start off your day, increasing cloudiness into the afternoon. Wind also picking up this afternoon out of the southeast, 20 gusts of 40 kilometers per hour. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, looking at daytime highs between 6 to 13 degrees, being the warmest into Amherst. We are going to see sunshine early in the morning, but we also have a chance of showers, pretty low. Around a 30% chance of it happening for mainland Nova Scotia. We are going to see that continue as well. As you can see here, daytime highs will range from 6 to 11 and showers clear, leaving cloudy skies into the afternoon. Labrador City, 11 degrees for your daytime high with sunshine. We are going to see into the evening a chance of showers and or a drizzle move in. 4 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland. Lots of sunshine expected throughout your day today. Thursday's forecast, we are going to see some sunshine for parts of the maritime region, but we do have showers that will move in. We are going to see periods of rain into the evening hours across all 3 maritime provinces, taking us into Friday morning. It's going to be a rather wet start to the day. Temperatures cooler, below seasonal yet again, but that precipitation will begin to clear out into the late afternoon. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Time is 7:15. Now to some dramatic videos stateside. A group of fast-acting students from Mississippi stopped their school bus from crashing after the driver passed out at the wheel while on a highway. 40 kids were on board when an asthma attack struck the driver. As you can see in this video, the mostly 6th graders sprang into action, taking control of the wheel and reaching for the brake, bringing the runaway bus to a stop.
It was just adrenaline pumping. I saw that the bus was veering off to the side, then I grabbed the wheel.
And then so she passed out again, and then the bus started rolling forward.
Notice the driver was holding medication in her hand. They helped administer that medication and called 911. The driver has recovered and no students were hurt. Back in Canada, in Ontario, it was just another commute until one GO train rider noticed something was seriously off.
Once again, our next stop is Agent Court.
Just wondering how this is safe.
A train headed for downtown Toronto had a large pane of glass lying on a row of seats with a gaping hole where the window was supposed to be. That GO train went out of service once it pulled into Union Station. The Provincial Transportation Agency says it's looking into an act of vandalism. The cost of raising children is increasing, and so are fears around saving for their education. In the past, it meant setting money aside for an RESP and watching it grow, but a new survey says many new parents aren't in a position to do that. CTV's Heather Wright has more.
Isabel. With 3 kids in university at the same time, Brad Nussbaum knows just how expensive post-secondary tuition can be.
It was sort of like childcare, right? Having 3 kids in childcare at the same time, it's expensive. School's expensive.
Brad and his wife made a deal with their kids. They'd pay for tuition, the kids pay for living expenses. Registered education savings plans help cover most, and they got creative to take care of the rest.
There's a lot of scholarship that don't go claim. So we had the kids apply for every scholarship that we could find.
But as post-secondary tuition rises, more families say they might not be able to fully pay for their child's post-secondary education. According to a survey from Embark and Angus Reid, just 33% of parents say they can cover their kids' tuition. 27% say they won't be able to, while 26% expect it will be financially difficult.
Despite the large number of new parents today are financially planning and budgeting for the future of their children, there's not a lot of confidence that they can afford it.
In its early parent readiness report, Embark, an education savings and planning company, says there is significant concern among new and expectant parents when it comes to the cost of raising children. More than half say they are only somewhat financially prepared, while more than 1 in 3 say they've received financial help from family members. The advice from both financial planners and parents like Brad is to plan early to have as much time to save as possible.
We did a lot of things for our kids to get them to where they are.
With tuition, rent, and other living expenses, post-secondary education in Canada can exceed $30,000 a year, a number that keeps rising. Heather Wright, CTV News, Burlington, Ontario.
Thank you, Heather. Now to a major milestone. Health Canada has approved the first generic version of Ozempic, the drug widely used for type 2 diabetes and weight control. The approved generic version is made by pharmaceutical company Dr. Reddy's Laboratories and considered to be the same as the brand name in terms of safety and effectiveness. The move is expected to bring down costs for users. Another break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we will have details on the Lady Ball, which is returning to Halifax next week in support of ovarian cancer research. A conversation up next.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only
Welcome back. The time is 7:23. The Lady Ball is returning to Halifax on Thursday, May 7th. It's a night of glamour at Steel Wheels Auto Museum and fundraiser in support of ovarian cancer. In 2025, it raised over $170,000. So here to tell us more is ovarian cancer survivor Joanne Rivet and Mary Jane Wells, co-owner of the Heart and Home Realty at Remax, Nova Scotia. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so Joanne, first and foremost, can you share us a little bit about your diagnosis and experience with living with ovarian cancer?
My diagnosis actually was a little different than most. I actually was diagnosed in 2012. Or 2012, I started having, let's say, funky symptoms and stuff. And it took a series of about a year to finally realize that I had uterine cancer. And it was stage 1. It was caught early. And so they sent me, this was January of 2013. And I was put in touch with the Cancer Canada. Let's do a hysterectomy. 6 weeks, you're going to be back to work. Everything is going to go great. And I said, oh, that's, you know, I can handle that. I woke up from my hysterectomy, and my doctor looked at me and said, there's a spot on your ovary. And it turned out to be stage 1 ovarian cancer. And I was one of those people that always said, if I ever get cancer, don't let it be ovarian. It was. It kind of set me back a little bit. But they said, good, it's early, stage 1. We're going to, do chemotherapy. And so 6 rounds, and I think I was into about my 3rd round. And I remember talking to the doctor and saying, if you hadn't found this, where would I be? Right. And this is June, and he said probably by September, October, I would have been stage 3. Oh. And I would have just then been starting to show symptoms. Instead, I'm 13 years cancer-free.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
So,
that gives me goosebumps.
Yeah.
Obviously, your story is a very powerful one. Why is it that you wanted to get involved with the Ovarian Cancer Society of Canada?
I actually got involved just prior to my last session of chemotherapy. There was the what they call it, the Walk of Hope in September every year, and so I got involved with that 5K. And I did it, and I felt empowered. And I met these most amazing women that and many of those women are no longer with us. We've lost them, but I get out and they embrace me. I became part of the group. I became one of the ladies, one of the Teal sisters. And that's something that I feel if I can give something back to someone else, then that's why I'm here.
I mean, you are a very powerful advocate for this. Mary Jane, what kind of impact does the Ovarian Cancer Canada have because of events like Lady Ball?
Events like Lay Ball are bringing awareness to this disease, as well as I feel that they're bringing a voice and, you know, standing up for patients who deserve our attention. They're also creating a sense of community and support, similar to what Joan said, that is really, you know, creating a sense of being somewhere to land for people who are affected by the disease. And also it's allowing us to raise funds for research.
Absolutely. And what kind of research are we seeing right now?
Yeah, there's lots of different projects ongoing, and they're happening right here in Halifax and across Canada, which I think is amazing. But a couple things that are happening right now. One, we have a simple blood test that hopefully will show changes in DNA that will allow us to have early detection, as right now there is no detection, which is why often people don't find out until they're much further along in the stage in cancer. And then we also have another one happening where it will be advanced imaging that may show changes in abnormal cells before they turn into cancerous cells.
Wow, that's impressive. That's actually such incredible work that the funds go to. Of course, this year we have sold out of Lady Ball because obviously it's a fantastic event. But if people wanted to support quickly, how can they do that?
Yeah, they can actually head right to ovariancanada.org. There they'll find information on research, events, just like the Lady Ball, and even ways to donate and get connected with the community there.
Amazing. Well, we have linked that to our website. Thank you both so much for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
Sharing our story and for all the great work you do. We are going to take a quick break now, and CTV Your Morning Atlantic will be right back after this.
Just ahead in this half hour, we're doing an about face, or should we say about facials? You know what we mean. Crystal will visit Interlude Spa to check out the latest treatments to leave you feeling pampered and glowing. That's coming up in this half hour of Your Morning Atlantic.
Welcome back, Atlantic Canada. It is 7:32, 8:02 if you're in Newfoundland and parts of Labrador, and I could really use a facial right now.
Oh, what a dream.
Oh, poor Crystal had the assignment of going and getting the facial details. I always think around my birthday, like, oh, that's the time I'm going to treat myself to a facial. But it's always around Mother's Day, and that's a very popular gift for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So I always have a hard time booking an appointment for that time. Because the moms deserve it.
You are also a mom who deserves it.
I am. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're a mom who deserves it.
Thank you.
I'm not a mom, but I do deserve it.
Who doesn't deserve relaxation? That's what I was trying to say. Wow, exactly. I clearly need that.
Yes.
Right now.
Definitely. A nice day to relax indoors, obviously.
Yeah, you know what? It's not too bad outside for parts of the region at least.
Yeah. Okay.
Here's a live look at Lockport. You can see it is a bit of a cloudier start to the day, but for the most part, we will be seeing some sunshine for parts of Atlantic Canada. But we also have a system moving in, so you may want to stay indoors if you're in those areas. 4 degrees starting off your day in Fredericton, 1 in Charlottetown with 2 degrees early this morning in Halifax, -1 in Sydney, 1 degree in St. John's. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. So as you can see here, a bit of sunshine for parts of the Maritime region. Newfoundland, Labrador seeing sunshine throughout the day, but we do have this system bringing showers and or periods of rain early this morning for parts of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. Will clear out into the mid to late afternoon. In terms of the wind, it's going to be a bit of a breezy day in terms of the afternoon at least. As of right now, 26 kilometers per hour in Halifax, 24 in Lunenburg, 22 in North Cape and Canso. Wind gusts of 39 in Lunenburg. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. And we continue following our top story. People in Nova Scotia's Colchester County are being told by RCMP to shelter in place as police look for a suspect armed with a handgun. An alert was issued overnight for the Salmon River area. That's not far from Truro and Bible Hill. Police are asking residents to seek immediate shelter, close and lock all doors and windows, and not leave a secure location. Drivers are also being asked to avoid the area and not pick up hitchhikers. Police are searching for a male suspect armed with a handgun who was last seen on foot in the Ice Pond Drive area. He's described as wearing a dark gray hoodie, green or camouflage pants, and a white shirt. Police were originally looking for 2 men, though in an update overnight, police say a second man was found and arrested. RCMP are asking people not to reveal police locations, and they're also asking people to call 911 to report emergencies or tips. At this time, there are no reports of any injuries. New numbers from Dalhousie's food report reveals what many people already know. Inflation is putting serious pressure on household budgets.
Standing there looking at a price and I'm going, no way, that cannot be $2 more than the last time I bought it.
Well, I have to tell you, I look for the bargains and I look for things. Often I buy things that have a sticker on them that says that, you know, so much off if you eat today.
According to Dalhousie's latest food index, more than 80% of Canadians say it's the expense that's increased the most for them in the past year. So much so, they're no longer thinking about nutrition or even taste. The report found 45% of Canadians are letting affordability dictate their food choices. Despite shopping smarter, 34% of Canadians still having to dip into savings and borrow money to afford groceries, a trend that hasn't changed from 2024 levels. A major maple syrup producer in Nova Scotia says they're being kicked off the Crown land they've leased for more than 20 years. The province says terms of the lease weren't being met, and the company says removing its equipment will be a major undertaking. CTV's Jonathan McGuinness has more.
Most of the taps have been removed from the trees for the season at Hutchinson's Acres.
We would take these taps out.
The Aylesford, Nova Scotia maple producer has had a good season.
On a good year, 75,000 litres.
That great year, however, could be the Hutchinsons' last. For more than 20 years, they have been leasing Crown land from the Department of Natural Resources. They're currently 2 to 3 years into a 10-year lease. But 3 weeks ago, they got a letter from DNR telling them they had to get off the land by May 2nd.
There's 600 kilometres of tubing in here. You're not going to pick up 600 kilometres of tubing and walk out of here with it. I mean, that represents probably 50 to 60 trail loads.
They are the largest certified organic maple producer in the province. Earlier this year, they had been working with the province's Department of Agriculture to expand their markets at trade shows in Riyadh and Dubai. Anna Hutchinson says she was surprised to receive the letter.
The contacts that I received from that show in Dubai, I'm having to tell them, no, I can't supply you.
When asked to respond to the situation, a statement sent to CTV News by Natural Resources Minister Kim Maslin says in part, "We tried on numerous occasions to work with the company to find a solution, but an agreement could not be reached. The province maintained the leases for 2 years after the company was placed in receivership by its lender, giving the company more time to try to resolve the situation." That statement was backed up by Premier Tim Houston.
My general understanding is that they had been leasing the land. There was some conditions to the lease, and maybe that weren't met by the proponent. So there's some action being taken by the province.
Anna Hutchinson says they have invested over $2 million in their operation. For now, they say they're not moving. Shipments of maple syrup are going out this week to Costa Rica and Holland. Jonathan McGuinness, CTV News, Aylesford, Nova Scotia.
And back to our top story, RCMP in Nova Scotia's Colchester County say that shelter in place and alert has been lifted and a weapon has been seized and there is no longer a risk to public safety. Again, that update just coming in from RCMP in Nova Scotia regarding that shelter in place in Colchester County. We will have more details coming up at the top of our 8 o'clock hour. In New Brunswick, a crosswalk guard in Moncton has a tale to tell after a harrowing incident. Yvonne Gaudette mans a crosswalk near a school in Northwest Moncton. He says drivers are generally respectful, but he's had too many near misses in the past few weeks.
I love these kids, and I take the job very seriously, and I'm trying to do everything I can to help them get to school safe and get back home safe.
Gaudette is urging all drivers to slow down around crosswalks. Finally, Canadian Music Hall of Fame band Triumph performed their hits to a packed house at the Scotiabank Centre in Halifax last night. Just like a trip back to the 70s or 80s. The band reunited last year and are performing across the country as part of their Rock and Roll Machine Reloaded tour with special guests, Nova Scotia's own April Wine. And the band also performing in Moncton tonight at the Avenir Centre as well. So fans of Moncton have that to look forward to tonight.
There you go.
Extreme.
Extreme.
Yeah. Well, we're asking you, what's the most extreme thing that you've ever done in your life? We're getting some really cool answers in from some viewers. I had mentioned rappelling in Halifax off the West End. Another viewer, also named Amanda, has done that too.
Oh, love that. Are you sure that wasn't you that sent it?
Yeah, right?
Well, I'm Amanda D, she's Amanda B. So.
Oh, but very similar.
Yeah.
Same, but different.
Same, but different. So please send us a text at 10400. We would love you to share your answers.
All right, and now it's time to check out a baby elephant, because who doesn't want to check out a baby elephant?
Exactly.
Getting all kinds of attention at a Washington zoo. So Lynn May was born 2 months ago at the Smithsonian National Wildlife Park. Zoo officials say the baby girl is doing well, despite the fact that her biological mother has rejected her since birth. What is with these biological mothers? First we had the monkey, and now we have the elephant. Anyways, fortunately, a kind older elephant has stepped up to care for the elephant calf. She is the first elephant to be born in Washington in 25 years.
Wow.
Asian elephants are endangered, and there are fewer than 50,000 left in the wild.
Don't worry,
worldwide.
baby. We'll take care of you.
First the monkey, now the elephant.
I know. No.
But at least she's being cared for.
What's happening in the animal kingdom?
She's in good hands now. Okay, a break right now. Latavia has the latest forecast on this Wednesday. Then we're going to take a little spa day. Crystal visits Interlude Spa to check out the latest in facial treatments. Ooh, add that to the list for Mother's Day. Your Morning Atlantic will be right back at 7:41.
Welcome back, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 7:44. We are taking a live look at McAdam. A wet start to your day. Periods of rain early this morning will taper off to a chance of showers. But we are going to see that wet weather sticking around in your area throughout the day today. Currently 4 degrees. So we are seeing temperatures slowly warm up this morning, going to remain below seasonal for much of our daytime highs. As of right now, it is also 4 degrees in Fredericton, 1 degree in Charlottetown, with 2 starting off your day in Halifax, -1 in Sydney, and 1 degree into St. John's, Newfoundland. Here's a look at our forecast timeline. Sunshine across Newfoundland and Labrador. We are seeing a bit of sunshine early this morning for parts of all 3 maritime provinces, but we do have this wet weather tracking across the central and southern region of New Brunswick, mainland Nova Scotia, and into the southern region of the province. A chance of showers, periods of rain will start to slowly exit into the late afternoon, leaving a relatively cloudy evening ahead. We are going to see a chance of showers return into our forecast for Thursday, but we are going to see that late into the afternoon, so seeing some sunny breaks early on. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters for the central and southern region of New Brunswick and into Yarmouth. Not seeing really any accumulation for Newfoundland and Labrador. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 8 to 16 degrees, being the warmest into Edmonton. For the northern region of the province, lots of sunshine throughout your day. For the central and southern region, as I had mentioned, showers and or periods of rain start off the day will clear out into the late afternoon, leaving mainly cloudy skies. Prince Edward Island looking at highs between 6 to 11. A mix of sun and clouds starts off your day. Increasing cloudiness into the afternoon. Wind also picking up this afternoon with gusts of 40. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, daytime highs will range from 4 to 13 degrees. We are going to see sunshine starting off your day, but also a chance of showers for mainland Nova Scotia. So that's also brings us to the rest of Nova Scotia. A chance of showers early on, clearing out, leaving cloudy skies with highs ranging from 5 to 11 degrees. For Labrador City, a high of 11 today, a mix of sun and cloud throughout your day, and then into the evening, a chance of showers and or drizzle. 4 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland. We are going to see sunshine sticking around throughout the day. Thursday's forecast, early in the morning, we are going to see some sunshine for Newfoundland and Labrador, parts of the maritime region, then increasing cloudiness. Into the afternoon, we see another low pressure system move in, chance of showers, transitions over to steadier rain into the evening. That carries us into Friday, another below seasonal day ahead, and we are going to see that wet weather start off the day, slowly clearing out into the mid to late afternoon. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Crystal.
We are in Halifax at the Interlude Spa, and I'm joined by spa manager Juliana Purchase, and we are going to talk about spring facials, but first we're going to talk about Interlude's 50th anniversary. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. We're all very, very excited, especially the whole family. So
yeah, well, it is a true family business, and I had a chance to meet the founder, Ruth.
Yeah.
Tell us about how this all began 50 years ago.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's an incredible woman. She, had a dream and packed up her life, moved here with her children, and opening her business by herself, starting from the ground up with hairdressers, and just grew into a wide range of services, massage, aesthetics. So yeah,
and 2 locations now, Halifax and still the Dartmouth location's going strong. Fantastic.
Yeah.
One thing I love about the Interlude Spa, because I've been coming here as much as I can since the early 2000s, is that you're always changing with the times.
Definitely.
So we're going to talk about facials. I know that we're going to talk about a tried and true facial and then kind of one of the newer ones.
Absolutely.
So what's the tried and true one you wanted to showcase?
Tried and true would be probably our hydrofacial. An incredible treatment, very instant results driven, really focused on deep cleansing and hydration. It's great for any time of the year, which is wonderful, and a great way to start that reset. So a really great option in transitioning from that winter to spring.
All right, so this time of year especially, our skin's changing as we're finally getting into warmer weather. So you lay back, and then what happens during this hydrofacial?
Yes, hydrofacial uses basically a machine, has a vortex effect, so I always describe it like a little baby vacuum. Goes over the skin to help draw out any congestion, impurities of the skin, really give that reset, while at the same time infusing hydrating treatments, doing a really light peel and exfoliation, which is really good this time of year, those nice gentle exfoliants. So you leave that treatment completely clear, very glowy. Of course, they always end that with SPF protection, which is very important this time of year.
Yeah, SPF is so important, and people can guide you through the best products for that here.
Yeah.
I can't wait to come back and try it. Now, there's a glow facial that I might get to try today.
Yes, definitely. The LED glow facial. We'll take you and Bria and let you try it.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Yeah, it's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. I'm here in the treatment room with Bria. Hello.
Hello.
All right, tell us about this facial.
This facial, the LED Glow Facial, is one of our newest additions at the Interlude Spa. It really is a great boost to get your skin ready for any type of event or really just give yourself some self-care. The main purpose of it is to get a really good exfoliation, a really good cleanse, and just make you literally glow at the end.
If you have an event coming up, this would be the thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something you could actually do the day of or the day before.
All right, what happens during the facial?
So we started with a double cleanse, both manually, and then we tone your skin to help reset the pH to allow your skin to accept some more hydration. Then we do a really good exfoliation, put some serum on, and then we put the LED light over top of you for a little while.
All right, tell me about the benefits of this LED light.
So the LED light, it's a broad spectrum that we use. It has blue, yellow, and red. It helps boost collagen, helps produce oxygen in the skin, keep the collagen and elastin active. It also helps reduce a lot of the inflammation in our skin, whether it's from puffiness or redness, any type of erythema, rosacea.
Is this good for anybody, any age?
Anybody, any age.
How long does it take?
It takes about an hour.
Oh my gosh, Bria, I'm loving this already. Thank you so much.
Of course, anytime.
I cannot wait to try the whole experience. And if you would like to try it, you can check out Interlude Spa's website. We put it on ours, or you can make an appointment at the Halifax or Dartmouth location. And Bria or one of the other fine people here will hook you up. Oh, this is already so great. Bria, take your time. Take your time.
That's why Crystal's not here today. She just never came back to work after that segment. Health and medical news now. A rally on Parliament Hill calling on Ottawa to move quickly to introduce an online harms bill. It's one of the topics in your health.
The time is up. Stop the delay and protect the kids today.
Children, parents, and advocates showed up with letters to every member of Parliament. They want to see the bill introduced to include protections from AI chatbots and video games. The Liberals have promised legislation since 2019. 2 versions of the bill were tabled, but both died before the last 2 federal elections. Culture Minister Mark Miller met with the group. He didn't say when a new bill will be put forward. A new study suggests post-traumatic stress disorder may leave measurable biological traces throughout the body, which can be detectable through routine blood tests. researchers identified a set of scalable, blood-based biomarkers linked to PTSD across multiple organ systems. This includes cholesterol and glucose levels, liver function, and red and white blood cell counts. The study says since the tests are part of standard medical care, they could be used to monitor PTSD's physical effects and detect risks earlier. But the authors emphasized further validation is needed, especially in larger, more diverse populations. The results were published in the journal Molecular Psychiatry. Finally, nearly half of all Americans are breathing unhealthy air. A new Lung Association report shows 44% of the American population lives in counties that have high levels of smog or soot. That's 152 million people. The number's even worse for kids under 18 years old. 46% of them are breathing bad air. That can cause lifelong problems, including lungs that don't develop fully and the development of asthma.
We have no milestones to pass along for you today.
But if you'd like to see previously aired milestones or find out how to submit one, visit our website by scanning the QR code on your screen. And a reminder that milestones must be received 2 weeks in advance.
A Newfoundland dog has been doing quite a bit of moving, shaking, and apparently digging.
Well, I mean, the digging is obvious. But it's the friendship that is also taking over the internet between a Newfoundlander.
You got it, Newfoundlander.
Guys, I'm gonna get there eventually. I need more coffee. And this 96-year-old great-grandmother. Here's ABC's Danny New.
My song. As we know, Chewbacca is quite the dependable co-pilot in Star Wars.
I'm here and dig.
But for 96-year-old Barbara Collins, her granddaughter's dog Chewbacca is the perfect co-pilot in gardening.
It's really my dog. I hope she knows. She realizes it's my dog.
I don't want to say it, but it's true.
Barbara lives next door to Amy and her family's North Carolina home, and over the past few weeks,
right here,
millions online have been blown away by Chewy's ability to follow Barb's digging instructions when planting flowers.
Barbara, were you surprised when you did the first cane poke and he started digging for you?
No, because I figured he was going to do it. I just poked my cane there and some on Chewy's. Dig, and he did.
Of course, this connection makes a little more sense when you see this now 4-year-old Newfoundland on Barb's lap as a puppy.
He was always really gentle with her from the very beginning, which was very weird for like Newfie puppies. They can be like bulls in a china shop.
He likes the rain.
He needs to be covered.
Oh my God.
Now they go on walks together. They watch the sunset together.
They'll be twins, Chewy.
And Barb even sews outfits for Chewy, such as matching pajamas and an Easter Bunny costume.
Hi, where have you been?
And when I asked Barb if having all these hobbies like gardening and sewing was the secret to her longevity, she said only partially.
I also think it's very important to love. And I think we love each other. I love Chewy, he loves me. What good is it if you don't love each other?
And since I know you were wondering, yes, Barbara and Chewy have indeed posed for a Star Wars photo shoot with Barb dressed as Princess Leia and Chewy dressed as Chewy. May the Force be with both of them this coming May the 4th. In New York, for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
Danny New is the best. All right, taking another look at our 3-day forecast. 14 degrees is your daytime high. A bit of shower activity early on for the central and southern region of the province will clear, leaving mainly cloudy skies. 13 degrees on Thursday, starting off the day with sunshine, seeing a chance of isolated showers into the afternoon. Cooling down to 9 degrees on Friday with rain across the province. For Nova Scotia, 7 degrees today. We do have a bit of a wet start to the day for parts of the province, clearing out, leaving cloudy skies into the afternoon. 6 degrees on Thursday, starting off the day with cloudy skies, seeing isolated showers return into the afternoon. Evening rain, and on Friday, rain across the province with a high of 8. For Prince Edward Island, 10 degrees today with a mix of sun and cloud. 12 on Thursday, mainly cloudy skies with evening showers. Rain on Friday with a high of 9.
It's Wednesday, April 29th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, a shelter-in-place and alert for Nova Scotia's Colchester County now been lifted After RCMP, we're looking for an armed man. They say a weapon has been seized. We'll have the latest details just ahead in your news headlines.
And celebrating Gaelic heritage. May is Gaelic Nova Scotia month, and we'll chat with folks who are instrumental in promoting and preserving Gaelic culture in the province. That's a little later in this half hour of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning. It is 8:01 on your Wednesday morning. Hump day. Explaining to my son what that meant last night. I'm like, yeah, hump day, middle of the week, over the hump.
Over the hump.
Over the hump, although he has a PD day today, so many students do.
Nice.
Yeah, at least speaking for the Halifax area.
Do we have a PD day today?
What was that?
Do we have a PD?
Do the adults?
Do we?
No, the adults do not have a PD
get those
day.
anymore, man.
No, we do not. Yeah, my husband did take the day off though, so you know what?
Nice.
You know what they're gonna do?
He gets a PD day.
He does. They get to play some golf. This is the professional golf swing. That's how you do it.
Them professionally golfing.
Yeah. He said to our son, he said, we got a tea time tomorrow, and he goes, tea? He said, I don't drink tea. He said, no, that's not what it means. That's mommy's tea.
Yeah.
This is daddy's tea.
Gonna be joining the Toronto Maple Leafs out on the coast.
Oh, ouch. Listen, just because they didn't make it to the playoffs doesn't mean they can't enjoy some golf.
That's why I said they're joining them.
Well, as you can see over in Quarter Brook, pretty clear skies, lots of sunshine starting off your day, currently 0. We will be seeing temperatures warm up a little bit later on, but not everyone's seeing that sunshine today. We are going to see precipitation move in for parts of the Maritime region. As of right now, 4 degrees in Fredericton, 1 in Charlottetown with 2 degrees in Halifax, 5 in Yarmouth, as well as into Labrador City. Here's a look at that sunshine for Newfoundland and Labrador today. For the Maritime region, parts of all 3 maritime provinces starting off the day with sunshine, but we do have a chance of showers, periods of rain for the central and southern region of New Brunswick, parts of Nova Scotia. That will start to clear out into the mid to late afternoon. In terms of the wind for the maritime region, a bit of a breezy day ahead. As of right now, 26 kilometers per hour in Halifax, 22 in North Cape and Canso, 24 in Lunenburg. Only 1 wind gust at this time, getting up to, well, now there's 2, 39 in Lunenburg and 31 in Shelburne. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Happening now, a dangerous persons alert for Nova Scotia's Colchester County is now over. RCMP now say 1 suspect has been arrested and firearms have been recovered, adding there's no longer public safety concerns. An alert and shelter in place was issued overnight for the Salmon River area that's not far from Truro and Bible Hill as police search for 2 male suspects armed with a handgun. One of the men was found and arrested overnight. At this time, there are no reports of any injuries. More Nova Scotians are being invited to sign up for groundbreaking medical research, everything from managing chronic disease to cancer care. Residents can now agree to participate when they sign up or renew their health cards. Could be as simple as following or as allowing personal health information to be shared with outside partners to develop new drugs or devices or even participate in clinical trials. The Premier says it's an opportunity to literally shape medicine of the future.
It's about being part of a process and allowing Nova Scotians the opportunity to be part of a process that will most certainly help discover some new cures and save lives.
The immediate change is possible because the province has also launched a new web-based portal that allows residents to update their MSI information, submit requests and inquiries, and renew their health cards. You can find it by searching MSI online. A worker was injured at a construction site in Halifax yesterday. A worker was hurt in a fall at a building site on Roby Street near Allman in North End, Halifax, Tuesday morning. The incident is under investigation. There's no word on the condition of the worker who fell. A brush fire broke out in the woods in Halifax on Tuesday. The 2 hectares. The 2-hectare blaze broke out around 2:40 Tuesday afternoon in a wooded area between St. Margaret's Bay Road and Highways 102 and 103. More than 20 Halifax firefighters responded, along with DNR and HRP. Crews eventually determined the fire was not endangering any structures, and they left before 6 p.m. Police in St. John say they've seized street drugs worth nearly $100,000. Investigators say that's including fentanyl and crystal meth. 4 people were arrested. A 37-year-old woman is facing trafficking charges for both drugs. The other 3 are facing charges related to trafficking fentanyl. In Nova Scotia, RCMP seized 160 cases of unstamped cigarettes and arrested an 18-year-old man in the Antigonish area. Police say they saw a U-Haul truck veering in and out of its lane and initiated a traffic stop. Officers inspected the vehicle and found this, 1.6 million cigarettes. The 18-year-old driver from Riverview, New Brunswick, is expected to face charges under the Excise Act and the Nova Scotia Revenue Act. Finally, this summer, Halifax will celebrate 4 decades of jazz.
This is the kickoff of the 40th anniversary of the TD Halifax Jazz Festival. We're just so excited to celebrate all of the events that we've got going on, including talking about our headlining acts that we've got taking place on Halifax Waterfront and all of our free programming as well. We've got acts on the waterfront like Tower Power with Melatones. We've got a free show with Rose Cousins and Jamila, Men I Trust, Bahamas, Broken Social Scene, and so much great more programming. It really is a celebration of community. We expand our programming beyond just traditional jazz to include lots of different genres, which allows us to include lots of different musicians that appeals to a wide range. There's always something for everyone.
Yeah, the 40th annual TD Halifax Jazz Festival takes place July 7th through the 12th. And for tickets information, you can visit their website. And we also have a link on our website, ctvnewsatlantic.ca. Celebrating 40 years. You know what I think about, besides just great music, when it comes to the Jazz Fest, is summer.
I know.
And all that jazz.
And I do think, all that jazz, you're going to rouge your knees.
Let's pull your stockings down.
Pull your stockings down. Anyone who loves the Chicago musical, that is for you.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, anyone who loves to win money, this contest is for you. Wake up and win with CTV Your Morning. We could pay your bills with a massive $20,000. Imagine what you could do with all that extra 20 grand. To enter, head to the contest page at ctvatlantic.ca or scan the QR code on your screen and enter the code word along with your information for a chance to win the Your Morning $20,000 Pay Your Bills contest. So today's code word is equity. Good luck.
And still ahead this half hour, we're going to celebrate Gaelic culture and heritage in Nova Scotia. But before that, it is the Wednesday weather forecast with Miss Latavia. We're going to take a live look at Burnt Code Head. The tide is out at this hour. If you're going for a hike or a walk, you may want to bundle up. Batavia has the daytime highs right after this.
Happy Hump Day, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 8:11. We're taking a live look at Officer Square over in Fredericton. 4 degrees starting off your day. It is quite wet outdoors. We are seeing periods of rain that will taper off to a low chance of showers later this morning into the afternoon. A bit of a cool start to the day yet again for parts of the region. Temperatures will rise, remaining below seasonal for much of our daytime highs. As of right now, it is 2 degrees in Charlottetown as well as into Halifax. 1 starting off your day in Sydney, 3 degrees in St. John's, Newfoundland. We do have sunshine remaining in the forecast across Newfoundland and Labrador for parts of all 3 maritime provinces. Also starting off the day with sunshine, but we'll be seeing increasing cloudiness into the afternoon. We do have this low pressure system moving in for the central and southern region of New Brunswick, for mainland Nova Scotia and into the southern region. We do have a chance of showers, periods of rain. That will start to clear out into the mid to late afternoon. A pretty cloudy afternoon and evening is expected. Into tomorrow's forecast for Thursday, we will be seeing a chance of showers return, but that will be later into into the afternoon. So if you're wondering about precipitation totals, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters for the central and southern region of New Brunswick, for Yarmouth as well. Not seeing much accumulation for Newfoundland and Labrador. Here's a look at our forecast today for New Brunswick. For the northern region of the province, lots of sunshine throughout your day. For the central and southern, a chance of showers. Periods of rain start off the day will clear out into the mid to late afternoon, leaving mainly cloudy skies. Daytime highs will range from 8 to 16 degrees, being the warmest into Edmundston. We are looking at highs between 6 to 11 for Prince Edward Island, starting off the day with a mix of sun and cloud. Increasing cloudiness expected into the afternoon. Also seeing wind gusts pick up to 40 kilometers per hour into the afternoon. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, starting off the day with some sunshine, but for eastern mainland Nova Scotia, looking at shower activity starting off the day will clear out, leaving mainly cloudy skies into the afternoon. Daytime highs will range from 4 to 13 degrees. For the rest of Nova Scotia, a chance of showers early in the morning, clearing, leaving cloudy skies into the afternoon. Daytime highs will range from 6 to 11. Wind gusts of 40 into the afternoon as well. 11 degrees for Labrador City today, starting off the day with lots of sunshine. That will stick around into the afternoon, but into the evening, a chance of showers and or drizzle will move in. 4 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland. Lots of sunshine starting off your day. So we do have sunshine in the forecast early in the morning for parts of Atlantic Canada, and then into the afternoon we have another low pressure system making its way over. We are going to see periods of rain continue into the evening hours. Friday, a wet start to the day for the first day of May, but we are going to see that precipitation begin to clear out, break down this system into the late afternoon. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. Canada's central bank will announce its latest decision on its benchmark interest rate later this morning. Economists are expecting the Bank of Canada will keep the rate unchanged at 2.25%. The bank will also release its latest economic forecast. For more on this, we bring in CTV's Scott Hurst. So, Scott, the key interest rates remain unchanged since October of last year, and economists are predicting that will continue. Can you break it all down for us?
Good morning, Amanda. One thing that is for sure, affordability remains top of mind for so many of us right across the country. Cost of living, a huge concern, and that has come into greater focus since the outbreak of the war in Iran in late February, and that's led to a surge in oil prices, and that has upended inflationary forecasts since earlier in the year. And last week we got an early look at the impact of the oil price shock and the impact it's having on all of us, with Stats Canada reporting that inflation jumped to 2.4% in the month, up from 1.8% in February, driven largely by higher energy prices, with StatsCan saying in March the monthly increase in the price of gasoline was the largest on record. So with all of that in mind, we're now waiting for the interest rate announcement from the Bank of Canada. And as you said, it's widely expected to keep those interest rates unchanged as policymakers, Amanda, still assess the impacts that the rising oil prices are having and how long those impacts might continue to last.
We were talking a lot about price pressures. You mentioned the war in Iran will be taken into consideration for the new monetary policy report. Affordability also a priority in yesterday's economic statement. So what relief will Canadians see?
Well, the federal Liberals unveiled billions of dollars in new spending. It showed a lower than projected deficit because of surging oil prices, but because of those higher prices, Canadian consumers, as we're laying out, are reeling, and public opinion polls are showing that Canadians want the government to focus ultimately on lower the cost of living immediately. First, I want to get the reaction from the Conservative leader, opposition leader Pierre Poilievre, and then we'll break down more details from the spring update.
Unfortunately, then comes the bad news. This Liberal Prime Minister has now doubled the deficit that Justin Trudeau left behind, from $31 billion to $65 billion. Everyone thought it would be impossible to outspend the reckless Justin Trudeau, but then this new Liberal Prime Minister came along and said, "Hold my champagne, Mr. Speaker."
So according to the Liberals, the deficit is showing to be $11.5 billion lower than projected in the fall budget, but economists are quite critical of the lack of the long-term deficit reduction despite the improved fiscal outlook. Now, some of the biggest new commitments is a promise to spend billions on skilled training, $6 billion for what the government is calling Team Canada Strong, to recruit and train up to 100,000 skilled trades workers. Also a commitment to lower how much people have to contribute to the Canada Pension Plan. But in terms of immediate and specific relief, there's not much more than that. Instead, the Liberals highlighting some pre-announced commitments such as the Canada Groceries benefit and the temporary excise tax break, Amanda, on gas and diesel.
Okay, we'll wait for that announcement from the Bank of Canada later this morning. Scott, thank you for your time this morning.
Thanks, Amanda.
CTV's Scott Hurst reporting live for us from our national newsroom in Toronto. A break here now on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we'll learn more about Gaelic Month in Nova Scotia. That conversation coming up on the other side of this break. Please stay with us.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Welcome back. It is 8:21 and May is Gaelic month in Nova Scotia, and the month of May marks the start of summer in the Gaelic tradition. More than a quarter of Nova Scotians living today are descendants from the Gaels that landed in the province 250 years ago, and the language is enjoying a resurgence in many communities. So here to tell us more are Lewis McKinnon with the Office of Gaelic Affairs and Kieran Walker with Gaelic Council of Nova Scotia. Good morning to you both.
Matin Vagut.
Morning, Vagut. Good morning to you.
Matin Velut?
Matin Vagut.
Did I get it? Almost? Vegut?
Va.
Ve. Okay. Almost. We're almost there.
Yeah.
I will be a pro by the end of this. But, so Lewis, tell us more about the theme this year, We Are Resilient.
Yeah, I mean, I think what's important to understand is that Nova Scotia Gaels have been here since really the end of the 18th century, so late 1700s. And Gaelic language and culture, are present throughout the eastern mainland and Cape Breton Island historically, and that they experienced significant decline. There are a number of factors behind that, but what's really amazing is that this language and culture and its cultural expression continue to be part of our communities. And so the planning committee for this year's month really thought that Hashinreen, which is a way of expressing we are resilient, was an appropriate theme, considering so many who've gone before us and so many in our community today who are working to share Gaelic language and Gaelic cultural expression in our communities.
I love it. It's so fantastic. Such a fun language as well to try and learn. Kieran, how did Gaelic month start in Nova Scotia?
Well, unfortunately, Lewis is probably the better one to answer that because it is actually our 30th anniversary this year. And, I had actually not been born yet. I'm turning 30 in June myself. So, but I believe, as Lewis has said, there were community members who came together in kind of the previous months and probably the whole year, getting together and kind of say we need to kind of come together and create something to give our community a time to celebrate our culture, our language, and to to teach and to show those who maybe aren't aware or have lost their connection to this culture and language and heritage and identity, to offer them the chance to take it back for themselves, and also as an invitation to those who don't have that connection to come and experience and learn about that language and culture, and definitely actually engage with anything that they feel called to engage with, whether that's the language, the music, dance, anything. Yeah.
I feel like you answered that perfectly for not even being born.
Very well done. That's pretty impressive.
Anything to add?
Well, the only thing I was going to say is I think with regards to language and cultural communities that have experienced what we call minoritization, so oppression, that in my view, Gaelic language and identity experienced oppression. So you really couldn't share your language in that sense of being fully yourself in community as a Gael, and along with that went your identity. So I think that those two things experienced depression. And so the establishment of at that time it was called Gaelic Awareness Month, Mias na Gaelic, and it's been rebranded over the years. This idea of like affirming our community, that their language and their culture has value, and that it's also, as Kian pointed out, an opportunity to raise awareness, because many Nova Scotians have Gaelic heritage. A quarter of us have Gaelic heritage in our background. Our ancestors came from the Highlands and Islands of Scotland centuries ago, and because of the minoritization, the oppression that was experienced, many of us don't know our own story. So it's an opportunity to invite more Nova Scotians to reconnect that percentage of our population that has these connections.
Absolutely. We're running out of time here, but Kieran, why was it important for you to become involved in learning your heritage?
Yeah, well, I suppose for myself, it was about connecting to where I came from in terms of my family, and kind of understanding that more and learning more about those who came before, but also about how I can enrich my own life with that. So that for me, that was connecting first to the Irish language and then later to Scottish Gaelic. I suppose the importance of it there is that, yeah, I do feel enriched. I feel like I have had more opportunity and more confidence because I've been connected to that. And I think that's maybe one of the most important things, is kind of the self-fulfillment and the community fulfillment that you get by connecting in.
Absolutely. So we've linked it to our website. Thank you both so much for coming in and sharing a little bit of your history with us today. There we go.
Thank you.
There we go. We're going to head things over to Latavia for a quick 3-day here before we let you get to a commercial break.
Thanks, Brianne. Starting off in New Brunswick, a high of 14 degrees today. We do have showers for parts of the province. Will clear, leaving mainly cloudy skies into the afternoon. 13 degrees on Thursday, starting off the day with sunshine, seeing a chance of isolated showers into the afternoon, evening rain. And on Friday, wet weather across the province with a high of 9. For Nova Scotia, 7 degrees today. We do have a bit of shower activity early on. That will clear out, leaving cloudy skies into the afternoon. 6 degrees on Thursday, cloudy start to your day. Isolated showers expected into the afternoon. And then on Friday, 8 degrees with rain across the province. Prince Edward Island, lots of sunshine today with a high of 10. 12 degrees on Thursday, mainly cloudy with evening showers. Rain expected across the island on Friday with a high of 9.
Still ahead this morning, Canadian Country Music Hall of Famer. We will chat with Nova Scotia's own Joe Wood about his career as both a musician and a builder of the industry. That's in the last 30 minutes of the Wednesday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
You win. Is it Friday?
It feels like Friday.
I'm sorry to report, it is not Friday, it's Wednesday.
Yeah, it's hump day instead.
It's because every day feels like Friday when you get to work with me.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
Yeah, like a Monday.
Monday.
How rude. No. Nice to have you on, Brianne, and for Crystal this morning. And this is after you worked 6 o'clock last night as well.
Sure did.
5 and 6.
5 and 6, and don't forget 11:30.
And 11:30, and then up bright and early for us this morning.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, and you're returning on Friday.
I am, because this one's decided to take some time off.
You deserve a long weekend, Latavia.
Thank you. That I do. Yeah. Yeah. Safe to say you won't see me next week. All right, we're going to talk about the forecast for today. We are seeing a bit of wet weather starting off the day. It doesn't look like we're getting any shower activity early this morning in Halifax, but there is a low chance of it happening. As of right now, 2 degrees in Halifax, so cooler start to the day. We are going to see those daytime highs on the cooler side of things, below seasonal today. And we do have some sunshine in the forecast as well. The temperature's slowly warming up. 4 degrees starting off your day in Fredericton, 2 degrees in Charlottetown, with 1 in Sydney, 3 degrees in St. John's, Newfoundland. So sunshine in the forecast for Newfoundland and Labrador today. Parts of the Maritime region waking up to some sunshine, but we do have wet weather on its way as well. Starting off the day, a chance of showers, periods of rain for parts of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, expected to clear out into the late afternoon. In terms of the wind, it's going to be a bit breezy today for parts of the Maritime region. As of right now, 28 kilometers per hour in Lunenburg, 24 in Halifax, 20 into North Cape, Charlottetown, and Canso. Wind gusts getting up to 41 kilometers per hour in Halifax, 39 in Lunenburg, and 31 in Shelburne. We'll take one last look at your forecast just ahead, but first, one last look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. A dangerous persons alert for Nova Scotia's Colchester County is now over. RCMP now say one suspect has been arrested and firearms have been recovered, adding there's no longer public safety concerns. An alert and shelter in place was issued overnight for the Salmon River area that's not far from Truro and Bible Hill as police search for 2 male suspects armed with a handgun. One of the men was found and arrested overnight. At this time, there are no reports of any injuries. Also new this morning, we're learning more about a workplace injury at a construction site in Halifax Tuesday. Police say at 9:15 a.m. yesterday morning, they responded to a report of an industrial accident at a construction site in the 2700 block of Roby Street near Allman in North End. We're learning now 2 people were hurt. Halifax Fire arrived on scene before police and provided aid to a person who suffered minor injuries and another person who suffered serious but non-life-threatening injuries. Both were taken to hospital by EHS, and the Department of Labor is investigating. The province of New Brunswick is unveiling a plan to boost the economy by 10% in the years ahead. CTV's Nick Moore has details and reaction.
Premier Susan Holt says her government has a plan for the next 4 years.
An ambitious goal of 10% GDP growth by 2030.
Holt says a 2.5% boost in each of the next 4 years will focus on increasing productivity, private sector deals, and diversification of exports. Holt says $1 billion in federal defense spending at Gagetown and a $1 billion tourism strategy will play a role as well.
I do believe that's quite a stretch.
Progressive Conservative finance critic Don Monahan says the timeline from Holt is overly optimistic.
It takes time to get mining strategies in place and to get investors set up and to get the approvals and the environment sign off and check off. So I'm not really certain that 4 years is gonna be enough time to see that movement move forward.
Holt's strategy has support from the New Brunswick Business Council, representing CEOs across the province.
This strategy includes clear measures and milestones. What a beautiful thing. But what it signals is that government is serious about results, not just intentions.
Of the benchmark set, one of the most ambitious is to raise private sector capital investment by almost 17% between now and 2030. Nick Moore, CTV News, St. John.
A crosswalk guard in Moncton has a tale to tell after a harrowing incident. Yvon Gaudette mans the crosswalk near a school in northwest Moncton. He says drivers are generally respectful, but he's had too many near misses in the past few weeks.
I love these kids, and I take the job very seriously, and I'm trying to do everything I can to help them get to school safe and get back home safe.
Gaudette is urging all drivers to slow down around crosswalks. Halifax Council just approved its municipal budget weeks ago, but the mayor is already looking to put some limits on next year's books. Andy Fillmore is asking staff to maintain flat or steady spending levels or to not seek out service improvements. The only exceptions would be increases from inflation or mandatory hikes like collective agreements. It's an identical motion to what he brought forward to the last budget debate, which just saw a 9.5% increase to the municipal portion of the average residential tax bill.
Given this year's budget debate, was it successful?
It certainly helped. As we've discussed before, I was not happy with where we wound up on the increase to the average tax bill. But had we not passed the motion last year, I think it would have been much worse.
It's also worth noting capital projects will still need to be funded through debt financing. Finally, this is a story I've been waiting 3 hours to share with you. Adidas is rolling out some cute new kits ahead of the World Cup. I know. It just keeps getting better, too. Now you can cheer on your favorite country and cover your pup in national pride.
So I've been waiting for 3 hours.
Yeah, I could not, look at this. Oh my gosh. So if maybe you're not going to the World Cup, maybe you are. Regardless, you can show your support.
Yep.
Ooh. Maybe from Mexico, who knows, and put it on your pup. Look how sweet they are. Oh my God, they're so happy to support their country.
But they seem to be little. Do you think Dewey could fit in one?
Well, here's the thing. If I will say, if Dewey doesn't fit in the pet size one,
there's a bigger one.
I mean, not really. Well, that one is a little bit more. I was going to say he could probably wear a human one.
Yeah, basically. He's a big boy.
He's big. He's gigantic.
In Little Italy in Toronto, Team Canada said they would swap your Italian jersey for a Canadian one because Italy is, of course, not in World Cup this year. But instead, they just gave them out. They didn't actually take their Italian ones. They just, gave them Canadian ones. So, really cool.
That's awesome.
So nice.
And I did see a bunch of puppers there, so...
Oh, that is so cute.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah,
Canadian
love that.
Pride. We love it. Also, there's a wonderful therapy program south of the border called Hold Your Horses. And basically, it pairs people with aging horses, giving both the joy and companionship and connection. So these residents from a senior's home spent the afternoon with some horses, brushing them, walking them, and just slowing down. The experience was scheduled ahead of Mental Health Awareness Month in May. And Hold Your Horses, it's open to visitors of all ages.
That's incredible.
Right? We're going to have some more horses for you later.
Yes, yeah. Still ahead a little later on the show, we're going to have a really cool segment coming up. But you'll have to wait for that
one.
Yes, something you don't have to wait for, though, is some events taking place in our region.
Yes.
We'll talk about the community calendar. The Seniors Health and Wellness Fair is being hosted this weekend in Grand Bay, Westfield. This will be Saturday, May 2nd from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. You can come out and learn more about programs and services available, helping to improve the quality of life for seniors within the community. For a full list of vendors, presentations, and additional information, check out their Facebook event page. And the second annual Color Run fundraiser. Same. I'm going with that. This returns this weekend in Charlottetown. This will be Saturday, May 2nd. Get ready to run, walk, dance, and get covered in colors, all in support of the UPEI Medical Brigade. The event will be held at the Brackley Community Center, May 2nd, from 8:30 a.m. until 1. There will also be a live DJ, face painting, photo booth, a barbecue, so much more. Check out their Eventbrite page for details.
Anytime there's a barbecue, put me in.
Right?
A DJ?
Sounds like a good time.
Wicked.
All right, Steps for Life will take place this Saturday, May 2nd at Black Rock Beach at Point Pleasant Park. The event helps to raise awareness, engagement, and community and foster support for Threads for Life, working to heal families and end workplace tragedies. Registration opens at 10 a.m. There will be a 5K walk and more fun activities. And if you have an upcoming event, send us the details. We'd love to promote it. Your Morning Atlantic at ctv.ca.
All right, thanks so much, Latavia.
Chicken.
Working. That's our DJ. We are going to take a quick break. When we return, Latavia has a last look at the forecast on this Wednesday, plus also Brienne's conversation with the Canadian country music pioneer. She will sit down with recent Canadian Country Music Hall of Fame inductee Joe Wood. That conversation coming up right after this. It's 8:41.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 8:44. We're taking a live look at Hampton. A bit of a wet start to the day. Periods of rain early this morning will taper off to a low chance of showers into the afternoon. Currently 4 degrees in your area. So we are starting to see temperatures warm up, but still going to remain cooler for our daytime highs. 4 degrees as well in Fredericton, starting off your day. 2 degrees in Charlottetown and in Halifax. 1 in Sydney. 3 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. We do have sunshine in the forecast right across Newfoundland and Labrador. Lots of sunshine throughout throughout your day. A bit of sunshine starting off your day for parts of all 3 maritime provinces, but we do have that wet weather as well. A chance of showers, periods of rain for the central and southern region of New Brunswick, as well as into mainland Nova Scotia and the southern region. That will start to clear out into the late afternoon, leaving a cloudy afternoon ahead. And then into this evening, temperatures drop back down yet again. It's going to be a cooler day for Thursday's forecast, and we do have precipitation returning. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters for the central and southern region of New Brunswick, as well as into Yarmouth, Newfoundland, Labrador, not really seeing accumulation from this system. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 8 to 16 degrees. For the northern region of the province, seeing sunshine throughout your day. For the central and southern, we do have a chance of showers that will clear out into the late afternoon, leaving mainly cloudy skies. For Prince Edward Island, highs between 6 to 11. We are going to see sunshine starting off your day, then increasing cloudiness expected into the afternoon. Wind will pick up as well, with wind gusts of 40 kilometers per hour. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, daytime highs will range from 4 degrees to 13, being the warmest into Amherst. We are going to see some sunshine starting off your day for Cape Breton Island. For eastern Nova Scotia, seeing a chance of showers starting off your day, clearing out, leaving mainly cloudy skies into the afternoon. For the rest of Nova Scotia, daytime highs between 6 to 11. A bit of shower activity expected early in the morning, clearing out, leaving mainly cloudy skies to cloudy skies into the afternoon. Wind gusts of 40 as well. Labrador City, lots of sunshine throughout your day with a high of 11. 4 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland, lots of sunshine for you as well. Thursday's forecast, we will be seeing a bit of sunshine in the forecast early on, but into the afternoon, we do have another system making its way over. A chance of showers will transition over to periods of rain into the evening. That continues into Friday's forecast, another below seasonal day ahead with precipitation starting off the day that will clear out into the late afternoon, Brianne.
Thank you for that, Latavia. Despite having a relatively small population, Nova Scotia's South Shore is home to 3 Canadian Country Music Hall of Fame inductees, including country legends Hank Snow and Carol Baker, and of course, our next guest, Joe Wood. Joe, thank you so much for being here.
Great to be here. Great.
All right, so what's in the water in the South Shore?
You know what? It was shocking to me last May when I got the call. I was in the city. I was in Halifax, and for the first 6 weeks, I wouldn't tell anybody. I just said, okay, let's keep this quiet, make sure that it's not a bad joke, but it's for real, and it was quite an honor. I mean, to be used in the same sentence as Carol and Hank is pretty amazing.
Oh my gosh, well that's so exciting. What does it mean to you to be honored in the Canadian Music Hall of Fame?
46 years in the business, and you don't do it because you want an award. You don't do it because you're trying to make a lot of money. You do it because you love it. To have that happen is icing on the cake.
Fair enough. So you began as a performer but moved into the role of promoter. Tell us about some of the famous artists you've supported.
Boy, on the you want the maritime artists, you want the country artists, you want a national, you want them all?
I want them all.
Oh, so we've worked with Lenny Gallant and Jimmy Rankin and Lisa Ahern. We've worked with the late Miles Goodwin. On the countryside, Gord Bamford, Jess Moskaluk, the Reclaws, Tindall Towns. On the national side, people like Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood. It's a 21-year, that end of it is a 21-year career.
Amazing. Which do you like better?
I like the country music. I can relate to it a little bit more. Look, Canada's a small country, but we punch above our weight. I mean, historically, we have some of the best songwriters in the world, and we don't have to play second fiddle to anybody.
Fair enough. So what do you like more between performing and promoting?
Oh, I'll take the back end. Yeah, you know what? This is very unusual for me to sit in the front side of something because I've spent 46 years in the industry, and the majority of that has been behind the scenes. When I got the call, it was great, but it was a little awkward. That's why I didn't want to tell anybody at the beginning, because I'm used to working for the frontline people. You always work for the talent, and to be on the other side, it's a little different.
What would you say is your most proud moment in your career?
Probably hearing my clients on the radio. Lenny called me about 6 weeks ago, Lenny Gallant, and said, I've got a new tune, I'd like to get it out. We heard it was great, I put it out, took a shower 2 days later. As I was getting in the shower, I heard it on the radio, and that's a thrill. I know it's a thrill for him. It's a great thrill for me to hear my clients on the radio.
Absolutely. I mean, being a proud Canadian, being a proud Nova Scotian, and hearing those moments.
Oh, yeah.
I've always wondered, because I'm a writer, but I'm not a songwriter. So what is that process like when you're working with an artist?
You know what? When they come to me, everything's finished. It's in one pile. It's been a long time since I went down that road. I got to give my kudos to them. It is not an easy process, and it's incredibly competitive. To be able to have that skill, to have an idea, transform it into a studio, come out with a master at the other end, and then hear it on the radio. It's a long process. It's a very stressful process. And you know what? It's great to be part of the back end. I'm happy at that.
But it's a rewarding process.
Oh, very much so. Yeah, very much so. It's great to hear my clients on the radio. It's great to walk them through the process. It's great to work with young people. A lot of those clients that I've worked with, I always say I'm successful when they don't come back. When Gord Bamford, Tennille Towns, Brett Kissel, I got to work with all of them at the very beginning, hear them on the radio, and then they went to that second tier and they were signed to major labels. To me, that's a coup. We were all part of the same team, the winning team.
I love it. I'm a big fan of Tennille Towns.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
we met her when she was, I think, 14.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible. Well, you've had an incredible career. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
We're so happy that you were able to join us in studio today.
Thank you for having me be here.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and Your Morning Atlantic will be right back after this.
#1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Welcome back. We're just about to wrap up the show talking about extreme things you've done. Before we get to our viewer text, what's the most extreme thing you've done, Brianne Foley?
That's a really good question.
Okay, how about you think about it?
Yeah.
And then we'll share the viewer answers. Okay, you think. This is what some of you had to say. Let's begin with Mark. He says, diving for the first time in Cuba to a depth of 80 feet.
Wow. Nice.
Good on you, Mark. That is extreme. Wow, you really have to know what you're doing. Donna says, it's not extreme for most people, but I am taking my first flight by myself in May. I'm terrified to fly. This is extreme to me.
That's fair. Honestly, yeah. You're allowed to feel that way,
you
Donna.
Are. A lot of people, even frequent flyers, feel that way. Donna, I hope you have a very safe flight, and wherever you're going to,
it'll be worth it.
We hope you have a great time.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Another Amanda, my most extreme thing I've ever done is what Amanda did. It's an Amanda thing. She also went over the edge, 11 stories of the Westin Hotel, and she said that's when I worked there. Also agree with Amanda, the hardest part was just getting over the edge. The rest, not so bad.
Not so bad.
Not so bad at all. Good for you. Nicole says, paying off my massive student loan debt is the wildest thing I've ever done. Round of applause to you, Nicole.
That's incredible, actually.
Those debts can be so oppressing, so good on you. And also, too, Jessica from New Waterford. Most extreme thing I ever did was going to Halifax to see Barack Obama in 2019.
That's awesome.
That was a big show when he came to speak at the Scotiabank Centre. So that'd be really cool.
There we go.
And then one more, Jerry Bedford. Scariest thing I've ever done is the Sasquatch zip line in Whistler, BC, which is the longest zip line in Canada and the USA. What is that, 7,000 feet high? Jerry says it was amazing. Have you done?
I've done zip lining. I haven't done the Whistler one. I've done a lot of zip lining. I love zip lining. So much fun. I love roller coasters. I love. I guess the craziest or whatever scariest thing would be the edge walk of the CN Tower.
Oh, wow. Yes. And you do the thing where you lie back.
Yeah.
Back.
On the edge of the
stand on the glass floor in there.
On the edge of the CN Tower.
That's awesome.
That my mom wouldn't be able to either. She does not do heights.
Like, oh, I got vertigo.
All right. Well, Amanda showed you our friends that had little jerseys. So shout out to our Pet Talk guest this week, the Dachshund Rescue. So here's a Dachshund on a treadmill with a special guest. Keep your eye on the cat.
What is that kitty gonna do? Are you?
Maybe. Yes.
Are we gonna?
Of course. Yeah.
There we go. Oh, we're trying to catch the.
They all made it on the treadmill. Maybe that was the craziest thing the cat's ever done.
Listen, they got their exercise in. That's what matters.
That's awesome.
Thanks for filling in, Brianne, and thanks for watching for viewers at home. We hope you enjoy your Wednesday.